All right. Special show. After 22 years, I think it's about time we got the Elegance on the show. And we tried so hard not to put ourselves in a position where people think we're self-promoting. So I said, well, we'll let it go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Before I know it, 22 years. So I think at this age we don't have to promote ourselves anymore. You know. So anyway, Vinny, why don't you let us hear the song that brought us here 55 years ago? We'll get started with that.
Where are you, little star?
Where are you?
Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. Wish I might make this wish come true.
I'd like to take the time, thank you. I'd like to introduce the guys up front, and we'll have everybody just give you a little rundown on themselves and tell you what they're up to. And of course, we'll start on the right-hand side, all the way to my far right, one of the original members of the Elegance, Frank Tardone.
Good, Frankie, baby. Well,
It's been a long time.
I feel like I'm on a Dick Clark show.
But just don't say whiskey of Elegance.
All right. Oh, yeah, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Tell them where you're from, Frank, and what school, et cetera, et cetera.
My name is Frank Tardone. I'm from, born in Rosebank, originally from Rosebank, and I was raised in Dungan Hills. And I don't know what else I could tell you.
You don't know
I've been
where
on
you live
Staten
now.
Island. Oh, I still live in Dungan Hills.
Oh, you're still in Dungan Hills?
I'm still in Dungan Hills.
Well, you had a few years in South Beach, too.
Yeah, well, when we were singing, I stayed with my sister down South Beach.
And your brother, Sonny, which just
yeah.
had a birthday, by the way. Your
I
brother,
know.
Sonny, just
80
had a
years
birthday.
old.
80.
So that makes you the older brother?
I got an older sister that's going to be 92 in December.
All right.
And Frankie actually went to New Hope High School also. This is where I first met him in high school. That's how we first got together, too. Next, on my right here.
Hi, my name is Carmen. I lived on the beach. I'll tell you, since I moved away, I missed the beach.
Yep.
I became a hairdresser and stopped singing, which I really only sing in showers now. That's it. You know, but it's always great. I never, you know, you can do one of the songs, you can hear it 40 years later, and you know it.
Yeah.
You just know it. You know, you can start singing with it.
Have a great time.
But anyway, it's a pleasure being here, let me tell you.
Carmen's last name is Romano, and he lived about 3 blocks away from where I lived in South Beach. We wound up starting kindergarten together, and we played trombone for the PS39 orchestra together in the 4th grade. And from that point on, we sang together and recorded together, and we got a lot of little tidbits going on. So I don't want to be doing too much talking. But anyway, James.
My name is Jimmy Michello from New Brighton, New York, Staten Island. I'm the rogue.
You never change, you'll never change.
I was the last member to join the Elegance back in, what, about 1957?
Yeah.
Around that time. And so we had good times, a lot of rehearsals.
Yeah.
And I'm back with them now, so I'm the old new guy.
That's true.
Jimmy was the oldest guy in the group at the time.
Yeah.
I was 16, just turning 17. Frankie was the same. Artie, who is not here, he lives in Arizona, unfortunately. But Artie was 18 years old. Carmen was 19. Jimmy was 19. And Jimmy had a car. So that's why we brought him in the group.
They hooked me. Yeah, that's right.
And as the years progressed, as Carmen said, he became a hairdresser, and he had a trade that was pretty lucrative for him. And Frankie worked for the city, got a city job. Jimmy got a city job. Some of you may know Jimmy. If you ever were on a bus that went the wrong way,
That's James.
Jimmy was the driver. And they did their 20, 25 years, and they were out. And in the meantime, we continued singing, and I actually wound up singing with the fellows on my left.
Well-
My far left.
Oh, okay. How you doing? My name is Bruce Kopp, and Vito nicknamed me Sonny when he first came back with the group. And obviously the name stuck because more people know me by that than by Bruce. And I joined the group in 1971, which according to my math, that's 42 years ago. And that makes me the new guy. Wow. How scary is that? 42 years and I'm the new guy.
Tell them when you got the name Sonny, which we gave you the name Santino Capo.
Right, and from Santino it became Sonny.
Sonny. And how did you get that name? What did we do?
Well, we were at Nino's sister's house. Her name was Geraldine, and we were sitting at the table, and Vito said, "I just can't call you Bruce, not with all these Italians in the group." So Vito said, "We're gonna change your name. Are you willing to do that?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I think I'll go along with it. So Vito goes into the kitchen drawer, gets a butter knife, and he grabs my arm and proceeds to slice my wrist. Now, with a dull butter knife, so it took a while, and I said, you want to get on here? So finally, he drew a little blood and put his lips down here and proceeded to kiss me on the mouth. And I said, "I'm not sure if I want to be in the Elegance anymore." Not if that's what I have to do to stay with the group.
And he's been Sonny ever since.
Yes. By the way, you're a good kisser, by the way.
And you're a good bleeder.
Hi, my name is Nino Amato, and Vito never kissed me on the mouth. Never. I was actually born in Brooklyn, moved to Staten Island in 1954, into Mariners Harbor, went to Port Richmond High School, started singing there, sang a little bit with a group called the Majestics, and I think it was 1962 or 63. I joined the Elegance, and I've been here ever since.
Nino, Sonny had said, that it happened at the house. It was at Geraldine's house, Nino's sister's house, who just recently, unfortunately, passed away. But her son, Joey, is getting married in a couple of days in Labor Day.
Monday.
Right? Monday.
Next Monday.
And that's Joe Gatto. Those Native Islanders that ever rented a tuxedo from Gatto Tuxedos, well, that was the son, Joe, and the grandson, actually, is his nephew, has a hit series, one of the top comedy series on cable, not only Staten Island cable, international cable, on True TV. So it's a comedy group called, the show is called Impractical Jokers. That's Nino's nephew. Joe Joe Gatto is one of the guys on the show, and her daughter is married to Frankie's son. So, aside from me kissing Bruce,
I got to kiss Frankie now.
there's a lot.
And he never kissed me.
We kept it all in the hills of Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start with the very, very beginning. And before the Elegance, we had Carmen and I formed a group from PS39, and it was a young girl by the name of Pat Crescido, whose father owned Crescido's nightclub for years in South Beach, and then she changed her name to Pat Cordell, and along with another trombone player, Ronnie Jones, myself, and Carmen, we had a group called Pat Cordell and the Crescents. That's Pat Crescido on the floor there with a cigarette and an old television. But that's an old shot of her. And this is the song that we recorded when we were only 15 years old, 1955, late 55, early 56. I was only 14 or 15 years old at the time. This was the first record, Darling Come Back. That was a. That's a picture of Carmen.
Oh my God, where did
That's
you
Carmen
get that?
Romano over here.
Oh,
With his hoodlum coat on. The first picture with the sunglasses, that was myself.
oh, Vito.
And then we got a couple more lined up there. I think, Vinny, we should have one of Frankie up there, right? Let's see, Frankie and Jimmy should still be up there. They're up there. There's Frankie. The East Side Kids.
Right.
And then we have Jimmy back there. Jimmy's up there somewhere. We just have to take a little time that they dig it out.
Right,
But we'll
he's right,
find.
he's
Yeah,
right over
right.
here. That's okay.
Yeah, right over here.
Yeah, and that's Jimmy.
Whoa. Jimmy, what happened?
You look good, James.
He was so fat the guitar looked small. Look at that. Actually, that was a ukulele, and we were on our way to Hawaii.
Yeah, that's right.
But those are the guys that when we were hoodlums, before we became recording artists. The flip side of that song was a song called My Tears, and play that, Vinny. We got that queued up. That's the whole group, the original group.
I remember this, yeah.
Darling, you left me all alone. So here I sit waiting by the phone. My tears have been falling
Sounds good, right?
since you went away. Since you
Halloween.
That's a Halloween party. I don't know where we
I
were.
sure hope so.
But that's actually each one of us, the original Elegance, wearing some type of, I think it was an Oriental outfit. We all had some kind of Maybe it was
I don't even
a
remember.
Chinese New Year, Chinese Halloween party. I don't know. But we all wound up wearing.
That was something.
We all wound up wearing Oriental false, buck teeth. Oh God, I didn't mean that. Here come the letters.
Uh-oh, here comes
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
They're coming.
All right, anyway, let me get out of this in a hurry. Okay, there's the Fox Theater. This was the Brooklyn Fox. It was the Alan Freed show. It was his fourth show, that fourth one that he had done. We were obviously too young for the first three, but we were always going to the Fox Theater and the Paramount Theater to see the shows. Right, standing in line, God knows how long. And that was the theater. Put that back on, Vinny, one more second. I just want to go over some of those names on that show. You can't believe that lineup. You could never do it again today, and I'll never be able to read it. So that's the other thing.
The book is right there, V.
Oh
No?
yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. Just hold this one second, Jim. Yeah. Hold this one second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold this one second.
Okay.
Anyway, just some of the groups that were on that show: Chuck Berry, Bill Haley and the Comets, the Everly Brothers, Joanne Campbell, the Kalin Twins, Frankie Avalon, Jimmy Clanton, the Ponytails, Jack Scott, the Royal Teens, Short Shorts, Larry Williams that did Boney Maroney, Bobby Freeman, Do You Want to Dance, Bo Diddley, the Dan Lears, One Summer Night, Dwayne Eddy, Rebel Rouser, the Ponytails, Born Too Late, Teddy Randazzo. My God, am I forgetting anybody here?
That was some show.
This was like the most unbelievable
About
show.
20 acts, 21
There were
acts or
20,
something?
22 acts on the whole
22?
show.
Yeah.
And the Olympics, Western movies, Gino and Gina, Bobby Hamilton, the Cleftones. Cleftones were on the show. And the saxophone players in that big band that he had was King Curtis and Sam the Man Taylor, Big Al Sears, some of the biggest tenor saxophone players in the industry. That was one of the greatest thrills of our lives that time.
Terrific.
And we had the suite. We shared the suite with the Everly Brothers.
Right.
We had the suite at the
Granada Hotel.
Yeah, the Granada Hotel, which today was better off being in Granada because it's in an area now you wouldn't check in there if your life depended on it.
I know.
Anyway, this was the South Beach show, the Back to the Beach show. We did that with the guys on my left, and also with Freddie Redmond, who unfortunately passed away too. That crowd, look at that crowd off the boardwalk. That was the first Back to the Beach, the real Back to the Beach show. Close to 20,000 people we had there. Biggest show that had ever been on Staten Island. That was a great thing. We went up there with a 57 Chevy Stretch red limousine. Yeah, right?
That was on Sand Lane.
That was on
correct?
sale,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
That was something.
Anyway, the next song was the second song that we recorded, and I spoke to Dion not too long ago. He still says that the song that created his whole style of singing was this particular song. You may hear some closeness to his style of singing once he left the Belmonts, but it was our song was "Please Believe Me."
Oh, believe me.
God, you were hard. You were so hard.
That's good.
We fashioned after that, yeah.
That's when he did "Run Around Sue," "The Wanderer," and everything. I actually wrote that song on the bus. He was sitting next to me while we were on tour, and he loved the song, and he literally, took a lot of the melodic stuff that we were doing, and he added that to "Run Around Sue." He says he made a whole career copying Vito Pacone. I told him, just send me the royalties. Don't worry about nothing. But he does say it, and it's a humbling thing, and I'm very proud of that fact. The next song was supposed to be the sequel to Little Star. It was actually Little Boy Blue, and it was about a little boy blue was blue no more. He's found his little star. Where are you? He sings no more. Now it's there you are. This is the song, Little Boy Blue.
Couldn't hear you. Couldn't hear you. Can't hear me. He's singing like for 50 years.
Hear you. I hear you.
I can't hear. Yeah, right?
We can't hear ourselves.
That was the sound that we made.
It had that high,
Frankie's
the high harmony.
Frankie's second tenor was the dominant sound in the background, and you can actually hear the Elegance sound. The background sound basically resounds around his
Yeah,
second tenor.
Exactly.
Carmen was the baritone. Jimmy was the original bass. Artie was the first tenor. So the one thing that I had fun with, I had written this song one day about a kid that was 17 years old, and he didn't have a car, and he had no way to take his girlfriend anywhere. And in the lyrics, as I was writing, there was a perfect spot to put Staten Island, New York in the song. So I'll see if we can get it that far. If it seems too long, I'll cut it out before that. But this was a song called Rain, Rain, Go Away.
This was nice.
Rain, rain, go away. Come again some other day. So I can be with my baby. I wanna take her out on a date. But I got no money. Gotta take my honeymoon. Walk around the park. Rain, rain, go away. What else can I do or say? See, I don't happen to own a car. I may go at night in the darkest part. I got to find me something that won't cost me nothing, 'cause I don't have a dime to my name. I'm only 17, can't drive, gotta walk. Well, that's the law in this state. You've got to be 18 to drive in Staten Island, New York. Oh, I wanna hear you play.
That was good. Rain, rain.
Got it in there.
Right.
Got it in.
A lot of stuff there, yeah.
Staten Island, New York. One of the things we still do, and we used to do it before, we still do it today. In the contract, it says that we have to be announced as, from Staten Island, New York, the Elegance, and that's it's everywhere. I've got a list of tapes and things that we've done over the years, where from Atlantic City to the Brooklyn Paramount, from Staten Island, New York, the Elegance. It's always been that way, and it's one of the things we've always been proud of. We were 5 native Staten Islanders, all born and raised on Staten Island. So, this next one was written by Artie. Artie wrote this song, and this is one of my favorite because one of the groups that we all idolized were the Heartbeats, and we eventually wound up signing with the label that the Heartbeats were on, and the song was called "Get Well Soon." This is the song I like.
Each night under this moon,
Do
you get well soon, and come home to me. Get well soon.
No, we did it, Sonny.
That's Crescidos, wasn't it?
Mike's.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good one.
Very good.
And there was a song that at one point, Frankie was doing a lot of leads too. We were doing, especially on stage, we would, sharing a couple of the leads here and there. And then we got the opportunity to record one of the songs that Artie had written too, called "True Love Affair." This particular song is Frankie on lead, and this is "True Love Affair."
Say you belong to me. We were meant to try. One chance and you will see. Wish upon a star and pray with all of your heart that you may find the true love.
At the studio, we screwed
This
up the
could
work.
be the start of a true love affair.
That bass.
Then my heart started in motion. I knew I was thinking of
"True Love Affair." Frankie.
Once you start, Frankie always is stuck.
I remember forgetting the words when we were recording that.
Us two, the background.
And they
he wasn't alone.
told me, they said, if you don't get it this time, we're not doing it. I said, just give me a pencil and paper. I wrote,
It couldn't have been worse than me forgetting the medada part.
Oh, that's another
I
story.
was not used to singing bass. Where do I come in? What do we got here? We got this. There was a time when comedy music was coming out. There were the Coasters had opened the doors to Yakety Yak and Charlie Brown and all those things. Artie wrote a song called "Payday" about somebody who had no money and so on and so forth. He spent his money as quickly as he got it. And this was a song called "Payday." This is it.
That's a good song.
is this Vito? Vito, it sounds weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but once a week, everybody
You know that King Curtis was a saxophone player on Dollar.
Oh, really? King Curtis. I just found that out recently. I didn't know.
What's the use in begging? I never see it anyway. What's the use of working? When I asked for
Aha. He said King Curtis was doing that song.
And we wound up going with.
Oh, well, serious?
We wound up going to United Artists. We signed with United Artists, and we hooked up with the big time. We were with Don Costa. Don Costa was an arranger who had done Frank Sinatra. Was doing Frank Sinatra at the time. He was doing Paul Anka, who was an up-and-coming star. He had signed when we went to ABC Paramount. We signed with Ray Charles, Steve Lawrence, Paul Anka, Lloyd Price, Dan Andy Jr.'s and us. And then we were placed on Apt Records, which was a subsidiary of ABC Paramount. And he was doing all of the Magnificent Seven movie with Steve McQueen and Yul Brynner and all those. He was doing all of those movies that United Artists was releasing. And we had the opportunity to do this song. This song came from the movie One Touch of Venus with Ava Gardner and what's his name? The kid that committed suicide. Robert Walker. This was Speak Low.
you.
This is nice.
Speak more when you
Yes, some harmony in this song. This is harmony.
We got classic. You know this. We got classic in this. We advanced.
darling, speak our moment is swift, like ships adrift.
That's not your typical three-chord rock and roll song.
No.
He did a good job.
You could hear the
Common
sound.
said we had, yeah, tell us.
You
We had a
could
couple
hear
of
the
songs.
sound how we were changing.
Yes.
It was trying to go into clubs.
It was much more
We,
sophisticated.
you know, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was classy. We got a little
Yeah.
classy.
We even did one song in Italian and English, which I have on here too.
Oh, I did that.
Green Eyes.
Green Eyes.
Yeah.
I had that on tape.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll do it now. Matter of fact, this next one,
Leoc
Vinny, if you
Gomez
could
Luce.
cue up that picture of the dance. Carmen was our choreographer. He did all of the steps and everything. Actually, was an excellent dancer. Probably still is. The only thing is that he then created a song. They were coming out with the twist and all of the
I ain't
peppermint
forgot how to
twist and
dance it.
the mashed potato, the stroll, and all of those songs. And he had this idea for a dance, and the spiral.
Yes.
He created the dance, and he gave me the sheet with the steps to it and everything. And then I wrote the song to match the dance, and this was called a spiral. This is it. Want to do it?
Come on, come on.
I don't even know it. I don't even do it.
You're the one that.
I don't remember it.
You can't get up because of that.
I got this on here.
I know all the excuses. Trust me, follow my lead.
Please don't be a little wallflower. You can learn to dance in a quarter of an hour. It's so easy, follow me, give it a trial. First turn right and left and 1, 2, 3. Then
I forgot the table.
slip and slide, wiggle and glide. Let's do the spiral. You gotta watch your step.
Right here.
We, the longest running fan that we have had since we started the group turns out to be my mother. who is
Yeah.
96 years young.
God bless him.
And I don't know if we can get a camera on here. It's
Yes,
sitting in
come on. Can
sitting
we
in
get
the
it?
front row here. There you go,
Yeah.
Mom. Over
There
here,
you
Mom.
go. Over there.
Now,
Yay. There you go.
She got more applause than we did.
She's a star. Are they kidding
She
me?
worked
or
harder than we did.
she put up
I
with all the
remember when she
rehearsals
used to
too.
yell at us.
The rehearsals.
You're late. You're late. I ain't staying up late.
right. Rehearsals were going on too long.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, right.
Bang on the floor. Anyway, her favorite song out of all the songs that we've ever recorded was this next one. We went back to the recording studio. They said, we want another little star. Everybody wanted another little star. So I sat down and I wrote something
Tiny
which I
Cloud?
thought was close.
Yeah.
And instead of little, I used tiny. And instead of star, I used cloud.
Good song.
And I wrote a song called Tiny Cloud. And this is it, her favorite.
This was good.
Tiny, tiny, tiny cloud drifting up so high. Won't you show me, please? Show me my mistake. What did I do? Did I do something to harbor
Yeah.
Hey. You're flashing around. I don't know.
That was good.
One more shot, you'll be signing autographs.
That's good.
We had a couple attempts at doing up-tempo songs, and this was written by one of the fellas who was with Little Anthony and the Imperials, and we wound up doing this particular song. This is a song called "I've Seen Everything."
I've seen everything, I've seen it all. I've saw Humpty Dumpty walk the wall. I've seen everything, and gee, was that true? But I've never saw a prettier girl than you. I've seen everything that could have been.
Yeah.
And as Carmen said earlier, we were trying to get more of a nightclub act. We started looking for what's some of the songs we were putting together at that time. Remember, "Lady is a Tramp,"
Yeah. On the street
"On
where
the
you
Street
live.
Where You Live,"
Or offshore?
and "The Nearness of You."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We,
yeah, that's right.
we had put together what we called a nightclub act, because we were now reaching the age where we could play in nightclubs. Prior to that, 16, 17 years old, we couldn't even play a club.
Because of Frankie.
And me,
Because you were the youngest one.
What about the other two guys?
and me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
We were holding you back. You can blame us for that now. But we had an attempt to do it, and we did it. This is one of the first songs that were using strings. There weren't too many groups. There was only, I think the first group was the Drifters did it with "There Goes My Baby."
Yeah.
We were either the first, the second, or the third to use strings in the song, and this was "Green Eyes," where we did it Italian and English.
Good song.
Your green eyes with their soft light, those eyes that promise sweet nights, bring to my soul a longing, a thirst for love divine. In dreams I seem to hold you, to find you and enfold you. Our lips meet and our hearts too, with a thrill so sublime. Those cool and limpid green eyes, a pool wherein my love lies, so deep that in my searching for happiness I fear that will they ever want me? All I felt towards me, will they ever want me? Green eyes make my dreams come true. Gli occhi come luce, mi dà dolce notte, nel cuore una speranza, una seta per l'amore, nel sogno io tengo per trovare e abbracciare, our lips meet and our hearts too, with a
Yes.
I actually have a question. I don't know the answer to this. Did you ever get to do the nightclub act? I mean, do these songs like in clubs?
No.
We did one club.
We did Max.
Two clubs.
We did a couple.
We did the Miami, no, not the Miami, Melody.
We did the
We did
Bronx,
the Melody,
the
right?
Max,
The
we did the
Melody
Bronx. Couple of
Crescendos?
what happened that time? Rock and roll started to take over the nightclub.
The Beatles came in.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
Sammy Davis and those guys couldn't work. Our music was actually starting to take over. So we went into these places, but they were no longer the clubs like we knew them. They were like just before disco came out. But it was more or less a rock and roll. We did a rock and roll show, so we
It was
did
a turning point, yeah.
We did a lot of our own
Yeah.
stuff. Plus, we did a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's the way it was.
this next one, we always tried to put Little Star into all of our stuff, something from Little Star. And this was just the only thing we took from this was Rat-Tat-Tats. We put them in there. This is the next song called Just a Matter of Time.
The kettle drums. The kettle drums?
It's just a matter of time until you love me. It's just a matter of time until you care. I'd wait my whole life for you to love me.
Maury Barber. Maury Barber control.
I'm going to jump the gun 1 second. Vinny, if you could just run that picture back, the one you just had, that needs an explanation, because otherwise we're going to look like we're a little stunad. See where it is? That one.
Oh, God.
We did a show, now this is what the Elegance as we are now, and we did a show with about 10 groups on the show, and the promoter was more of a fan than he was a promoter. And he let every act go, yeah, do another song. Let's have an encore. Let's do one more. How about one more? We were closing the show. So you got 10 acts. By the time each one did 5 songs, 6 songs, it was close to 1 o'clock in the morning. People, I mean, especially people, you know, the age now that we all are, these people were unconscious in the seats. You know? And a lot of them were walking out. So I told him, I said, look, we have to go on. I said, we don't even have enough time, by the time people, he said, look, I says, go on. He says, I don't even care. He says, we don't have time to get dressed. I says, this is crazy. He says, I don't care. He says, go on any way you want. I said, really? Okay. That's the way we went on. Put it back on, Ben. I want to show him something. I told the guys, you know what? Just stay the way we are. We were backstage with jeans and sneakers and everything. Just put the cummerbunds and the bow ties on.
That's the way we went out.
And
That's where we went
I
out.
didn't notice that.
Yeah.
And we went out with, we just wore the cummerbunds and the bow ties and we did the show.
All right.
He said, I don't care what you wear, he says. I said, okay, fine.
Very flattering, the cummerbund.
Oh, yeah.
Very flattering.
Look like
That was good.
Look at that.
it looked like
Oh.
it looked like a bra on a Corvette.
I'm surprised it got all the way around.
Get out.
Oh.
They look like fanny patches, those fanny pouches there. Anyway, then the group progressed. Like I said, the guys had gotten city jobs, and they were the only ones that were smart enough to get pensions. You know? So, and then the group as it was. But there was an interim between this group and this group where we had some type of a combination. And we recorded a song called Belinda on Laurie Records. Now, if I remember correctly, Belinda was yourself,
Right.
Jimmy, Freddie,
and you.
Redmond, and myself.
And you.
Okay, and we did this song. This song was the #1 song in Sweden, and they wanted us to have to do a cover in this country as quickly as possible. They did it so fast we didn't even have a flip side. They used an actual an instrumental, and they did this instrumental. So the wind-up was that we wound up doing this song, Belinda. Now I don't know if they have it queued up. Is Belinda queued up?
No.
Okay. All right. That's on the Pure and Simple album.
Ready.
Okay. So this is Belinda by the Elegance, as I said, Freddie, Nino, myself, and Jimmy.
Belinda,
Yeah.
Belinda, I love you. Belinda, won't you talk to me? Belinda, you will never see that I will walk away from you, because I always will be true. Belinda, I am waiting for to hold you tight and love you more. I dream all night and day to hear your lovely voice within my ear. I will never forget you, because I'll always love you. I will never forget you.
Lovely record, too.
It's got that mid-'60s sound.
it was the
with
60s,
with
right.
the organ,
Right.
the Farfisa organ.
Then we did a song just with a piano We did it was this fella Teddy Darrell had arranged it, and he had written quite a few songs during that period. He was married to Jiggs from the Angels, one of the original Angels, and he had written a lot of songs with Chip Taylor, who now is, I mean, probably most TV shows you'll see that Chip Taylor is the musical director for these shows, and we did a song, just a piano. It was Frankie, Jimmy.
Jimmy didn't show up. that
Yeah,
time.
Jimmy didn't show up. Right. Jimmy had just gotten his test as a bus driver, and he got lost.
It was me and Freddie.
I'm not saying
The one
anything.
that there was Freddie Redmond, myself, and Frankie, and then I overdubbed Jimmy's part on this song. We did a cover of the Jive 5 song "My True Story." This was it.
It came out nice, this thing.
There is a story that I must tell about two lovers that I knew well. Now they must cry, cry, cry. Their blues away. Their blues away. Her name was Suzanne, and his name was Earl. His name was Earl. His love was lonely. She's a wonderful girl, but they must cry, cry, cry. Their blues away.
Nice job.
Good, Frankie.
That was good, yeah.
That was Frankie doing tenor, by the way. That was his tenor. Yeah, thank you. This next one goes back now. We go on to it was Freddie and Nino and Bruce and myself. See, Bruce, I give you a Bruce. Yeah, right.
I feel a kiss coming on.
You want me to get out of the way here?
What do you think I put you here for?
This was an Acappella song. We actually did a song by the Spaniels. We did an Acappella, and it was a Peace of Mind.
Oh.
As I stood and I looked toward the sky, then I saw wondrous light. It reminded me of a star that had twinkled, and you gave me, oh, you gave me, yes, you gave me peace of mind. Then I fell down on my knees and I prayed that the Lord amend our evil ways. Then you threw your loving arms all around me.
He's looking for kisses. That's what it
He
is.
wants a kiss.
Sonny
He
played
wants
guitar
kiss.
on that song. Sonny played guitar on that Acappella song.
That's Artie.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah. The next one we did, we tried to do something also different. Don and Juan had the song "What's Your Name," and instead of just doing it the same way, we're always looking for another hook. So we actually reversed it. The background was doing the lead, and I did the background. And this primarily was our arrangement of "What's Your Name."
What's your name? What's your name? I have seen you before. What's your name? What's your name? May I walk you to your door? It's so hard to find the person that would take with charms like yours for me.
we did a lot of cover songs too. Like I said, we were talking about earlier, we did so many cover songs, and we always leaned towards the favorite groups of ours. And our groups were the early groups, were the Moonglows and the Heartbeats, and just like everybody else that was coming out at that time. The five-man black R&B groups were now coming up with these songs, and we tried to emulate a lot of them. So we tried to find something a little more difficult. That's the gold record, by the way, up there. That's a picture of our gold record.
Yes.
Still got yours, right?
Which, by the way, we were the second white rock and roll group, the second white vocal group to have a #1 record in history, ever. Before the Beatles, before the Beach Boys, before the Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, years before them, we were the second white rock and roll group to have a #1 record in the world. We were only beat by the Danny and the Juniors with At the Hop by about 4 months, and they were on the same label we were on. We were being presented the record there at ABC Paramount. That's our manager down on the bottom, Kathy Watts. Kathy Watts was only about 19 herself at the time, and she was our manager. And we used to travel all over the place in Jimmy's car. I said he had your father's Oldsmobile, the old 49 old?
1939.
49.
39 Oldsmobile.
39, we would have never got to the job.
The 39 Oldsmobile.
Really? Are you kidding me? Really?
With a flint gun, I painted
I
it.
thought it was a 49.
No, 39.
Wow. Anyway, had the two-seater, was the five of us, the five Elegance, and Kathy Watts' brother, Joe Watts. Joe Watts was he used to sit in the car, and we used to, we used to go all the jobs together. Wow. Anyway, this is a song by the Moonglows that we covered. It's a song called Seesaw.
I know.
And the other one was Murdered.
Yeah, remember?
Your love like a seesaw, baby. Seesaw. Your love like a seesaw, baby. Seesaw. First it's up, and then it's down. The train goes fast and never hit the ground. It goes up, down, up, like a seesaw. When you said you'd be my baby. Seesaw. Well, when you said you'd be my baby. Seesaw. First you're mad, then you're glad. Strangest girl I've ever had. You go up, down, up, like a seesaw. It's hugging and a kissing. That's what I've been missing. Things are going fine. You don't change your mind.
That was cool, yeah.
This was another song. We had the privilege to do this song on Radio City, and it was an Acappella song we did at Radio City. We did Radio City about 9 times, I think, with a total, including the CBS reunion. We did 9 shows at Radio City. We were the first doo-wop groups into Radio City. We were the first doo-wop group into Carnegie Hall.
right.
We were the first doo-wop group into Lincoln Center. When we went to Hawaii, it was the biggest selling record in the history of the Hawaiian Islands. They closed all the schools, and they had the kids meet us at the airport. Then we had a police motorcycle escort.
Yeah, I remember.
Take us to the Civic Auditorium.
They were hoping the plane would get to the airport.
That was 17
That's when they were
hours.
flying like this.
17 hours.
But no, was it 17? It
Yeah,
was
well,
longer, wasn't it?
it was 8 hours from here to California.
Burbank.
Then we switched over at Burbank. It was 9 hours from Burbank to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So there were no jets. There were
there were no
props.
was a long
1958. Hawaii wasn't even a state in 1958.
Should have drove.
Yeah. Could have drove to California. That's half the distance. But the Acappella song that we did at Radio City was this particular song. It was done by the Five Keys, Out of Sight, Out of Mind, Acappella.
Oh, good.
Out of sight, out of mind. So the story goes. You forgot I exist. My broken heart knows. Out of sight, out of mind. You found someone new, but I can't change my love the way that you do. I sit around wondering about your new affair. I should forget to remember and remember not to care. I'd forget if I could, but my heart is blind. You are gone out of sight, but not out of my mind. Out of sight, but not out of my mind.
That was you guys?
Yeah.
Excellent. That was really excellent.
Very good.
We've probably left out about another easy 15 songs that we've recorded with the original group, and probably another 15 that we've done over
Wow.
the years with the present group. And you know,
Forgot
obviously we
Bo-Jest and Allegiance.
yeah, yeah, right.
That's another
And
era.
then there were interim, you know, things that we were doing.
Yeah.
But I got a couple of songs that Frankie and I did when the Righteous Brothers came out. We did something similar to what we thought was the Righteous Brothers. Should have been like more like the Wrongstress Brothers, but it was. But actually, it wasn't too bad though. And I think I
was
have
very
those demos.
good.
You know,
Good.
they
No,
had a
they
good
were
time.
good. They were good.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We don't have enough time to play all of them, obviously. We don't have enough time to do anything at this point. We're actually going to have to sign off. I'm going to bring the guys back on another time. We're going to be able to sing together. We'll practice a little bit together. After 55 years, we'll get them to sing a little bit. We'll do it on the next show. It's a promise. I promise. Any last minute questions? We got like a minute and 30 seconds. Anything you want to say? Anything?
Yes, I have something to say.
Okay.
I want to say it about these four gentlemen right here, plus Artie. What they accomplished as teenagers in 1958 was a phenomenon.
Thank you.
No. Thank you. Ron Dante, whose real name is Carmen Granito. Unfortunately, his mother passed away 3 days ago, and today was the actual funeral. And Carmen, we used to take Carmen to our rehearsals, and then we took him to a couple of the studios when we were making records. He was only 13 years old, 12 years old. We eventually did him a favor for the family. We sang at his graduation party. Ron Dante went on to become the original voice on all the voices on the Archie's group and the Archie's cartoon that did Sugar Sugar. He also produced all of Barry Manilow's hits. He put Ain't Misbehavin' on Broadway. He did Lesser God on Broadway. And the other day he said, without the Elegance, I'd be a plumber. So that was like one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Frankie, Carmen, Jimmy, Nino, Sonny, myself. Thank you. I'd like to say thank you to the Panini Grill and Taylor the Giorgios, and once again, Country Donuts. Thank you very, very much, everybody.